New information shows how police used genealogy websites to try to identify the notorious Golden State Killer. Police arrested Joseph James DeAngelo on Tuesday after crime scene DNA partially matched a relative's on one of those sites. DeAngelo is accused in a decades-old crime spree across 10 California counties. John Blackstone is at the jail in Sacramento, where the 72-year-old will be arraigned this afternoon. John, good morning.
Good morning. Well, Joseph DeAngelo will face a judge here today at the Sacramento County Jail. The alleged Golden State Killer was careful not to leave behind any incriminating clues. He couldn't have possibly known he'd be unmasked by his own DNA more than 40 years later.
The Golden State Killer wore a ski mask and left no fingerprints while committing more than 50 rapes and a dozen murders. But he did leave behind his genetic code, the final piece of the puzzle for Sacramento County District Attorney Anne-Marie Schubert and her investigators.
I believe very strongly that it's the greatest tool ever given to law enforcement.
Agents extracted the suspect's genetic profile from decades-old crime scene evidence and then searched genealogy websites for matches. They got a partial hit from someone related to Joseph James DeAngelo on gedmatch.com. Police say another DNA test confirmed the 72-year-old ex-police officer was the Golden State Killer.
I was hugely excited.
Ruth Ballard runs the forensic biology program at California State University, Sacramento.
I didn't really think they were going to solve this case, quite frankly.
DeAngelo's brother-in-law is in disbelief.
I would have never suspected. We had a family type relationship, so we joked and we hunted, went boating.
He favors quiet upper-class suburbs, usually works in the pre-dawn hours, and often spends several hours in the home.
The Golden State Killer snuck through windows and surprised his victims, even eating food from their refrigerators while they were tied up. The crime spree lasted from 1974 to 1986.
Around the mid-'80s, that was when the first cases were being solved using DNA. And so it was on the radar, I think, of criminals that were savvy.
That may have been the reason this stopped mysteriously in the mid-'80s.
It's possible.
CBS This Morning contacted other genealogy websites to see if they'd provided any help to investigators. Ancestry.com, 23andMe, GenCove, and DNA Land all denied being involved. Norah?
All right, John, thank you.
The story is so chilling to me that it's a police officer, because the police officer could have such access to information about this case. Yeah. And who would look at a police officer for something like this?
I like the idea for somebody who is as gruesome as this, if this is true,
yes,
you can't hide, no matter how long ago it was.
No, and not his DNA, but a DNA of a relative that led to him.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is amazing.